James Cecil Dickens was better known by his stage name Little Jimmy Dickens. He was an American country music singer and songwriter that was famous for his humorous novelty songs, his small size of 4'11", and his rhinestone-studded outfits, which he is given credit for introducing into country music live performances. He started as a member of the Grand Ole Opry in 1948 and was inducted into the Country Music Hall of Fame in 1983. Before his death, he was the oldest living member of the Grand Ole Opry. So sit back and relax as we pay tribute to this little man with a big voice and even bigger heart.
Before we begin, please hit the like, subscribe, and notification bell so you don't miss a single one of our upcoming videos.
Dickens was born in Bolt, West Virginia, on December 19, 1920. He began his musical career in the late 1930s, performing on radio station WJLS in Beckley, West Virginia, while attending West Virginia University. He soon quit school to pursue a full-time music career, traveling the country performing on local radio stations under the name Jimmy the Kid. In 1948, Dickens was heard performing on WKNX, a radio station in Saginaw, Michigan, while on location at Buck Lake Ranch, Angola, Indiana. Roy Acuff introduced him to Art Satherley at Columbia Records and officials from the Grand Ole Opry. Dickens signed with Columbia in September and joined the Opry in August. Around this time he began using the nickname Little Jimmy Dickens, inspired by his short stature. Dickens recorded many novelty songs for Columbia, including Country Boy, A Sleeping at the Foot of the Bed, and I'm Little But I'm Loud. His song Take an Old Cold Tater and Wait inspired Hank Williams to nickname him Tater. Later, telling Dickens he needed a hit, Williams wrote Hey Good Lookin' in only 20 minutes while on a plane with Dickens, Minnie Pearl, and Pearl's husband, Henry Cannon. A week later, Williams recorded the song himself, jokingly telling Dickens, "That song's too good for you," to which Dickens replied, "Much obliged, Hiram." In 1950, Dickens formed the Country Boys with musicians Jabbo Arrington, Grady Martin, Bob Moore, and Thumbs Carlyle. It was during this time that he discovered future Country Music Hall of Famer Marty Robbins at a Phoenix, Arizona television station while on tour with the Grand Ole Opry Roadshow. In 1957, Dickens left the Grand Ole Opry to tour with the Philip Morris Country Music Show. In 1962, Dickens had his first top 10 country hit since 1954 with The Violet and a Rose. In 1964, he became the first country artist to circle the globe while on tour. He also made numerous appearances on television, including on The Tonight Show starring Johnny Carson. In 1965, he released his biggest hit, May the Bird of Paradise Fly Up Your Nose, which reached number 1 on the country chart and number 15 on the pop chart. In the late 1960s, Dickens left Columbia for Decca Records before moving again to United Artists in 1971. That same year, he married his wife, Mona, and in 1975 he returned to the Grand Ole Opry. In 1983, Dickens was inducted into the Country Music Hall of Fame. Dickens joined the producers Randall Franks and Alan Autry for the In the Heat of the Night cast CD Christmas Time's A Comin', performing Jingle Bells with the cast. The CD was released by Sunlight and MGM/UA and was one of the most popular Christmas releases of 1991 and 1992 with Southern retailers. Toward the end of his life, Dickens made appearances in a number of music videos by the country musician and West Virginia native Brad Paisley. He was also featured on several of Paisley's albums in bonus comedy tracks, along with other Opry mainstays such as George Jones and Bill Anderson. They were collectively referred to as the Kung Pao Buckaroos. With the death of Hank Lachlan in March 2009, Dickens became the oldest living member of the Grand Ole Opry at the age of 90. He made regular appearances as a host at the Opry, often with a self-deprecating joke that he is also known as Willie Nelson after taxes, playing on his resemblance to Nelson in his later years, Nelson's highly publicized problems with the Internal Revenue Service, and Dickens's own short stature. At the 2011 CMA Awards, Dickens was dressed as Justin Bieber and made fun of Bieber's current paternity scandal. Now looking at his personal life. Dickens married Connie Chapman in 1944, the marriage ended in divorce in 1955. Later that year, he married Ernestine Jones. She died in 1968 in an automobile accident while traveling in Texas. He married Mona Evans in 1971. They had 2 daughters, Pamela Dettert and Lisa King. Jimmy Dickens was a 32nd-degree Freemason, a member of Franklin Lodge No. 7 in Franklin, Tennessee. Dickens was hospitalized after a stroke on December 25, 2014, days after his last appearance on the Opry to mark his birthday. He died of cardiac arrest on January 2, 2015, at the age of 94. After his funeral on January 8, 2015 at the Grand Ole Opry House, Dickens was entombed in the Cross Mausoleum at Woodlawn Memorial Park Cemetery in Nashville.